I was diagnosed 6 years ago during my annual mammogram exam. Had no symptoms whatsoever. It completely just threw me off track. I had just retired from work and from working for 48 years. And I always went for my mammograms faithfully and never had any problems. But I went and got a phone call the next day stating that it showed some abnormal cells. So went through the journey of having the biopsy, ultrasound, and a slew of other tests. And it came back that I had a type of cancer that was very rare, and it was called triple-negative breast cancer. I had a lumpectomy. I was fortunate there because it was found so early. It hadn't spread to any other organs or my lymph nodes. So the doctor suggested a lumpectomy, which was done. After that, I had 4 intensive chemo treatments every other week for 2 months. And then I had a series of 33 radiation treatments, and then my treatment was complete. And so far, so good. I'm a survivor for 6 years. My journey is a little complicated though, because 9 months prior to my breast cancer diagnosis, I was diagnosed and treated for uterine cancer. And there again with that, I was just as fortunate. Caught early, had a hysterectomy, had that done, and no further treatment was necessary. But I had 2 cancers in 1 year, and it was a little rough those years. But it's all behind me now, and it's all good. The biggest challenge was the fear of death. You know, nobody wants to hear those words, "You have cancer." And you know, I was diagnosed later in life, and I thought that I had kind of, at that stage in my life, beat the odds as far as, you know, major illnesses and diseases went. My husband and I thought, well, we're finally retired now, we can go take some times for ourselves and go on some trips, but it didn't work out that way for me. So I think fear was the biggest hurdle that I had to face. And it was very rough when I lost my hair. You know, that's a big part of a woman's femininity. And when I lost it, I kind of lost my identity for a little bit. But my hairdresser, who is my friend, helped me pick out a wig, and she styled it for me. And so I wore that, you know, when I was out in public, and I did the scarf thing and all. But it was still rough going through that phase, I would have to say, you know. And you just always have that fear that it's going to come back on you. So I think those were the 2 biggest hurdles for me. My church family was instrumental there. On the days that I felt well enough to pick myself up and go out of the house, I went to church and was surrounded by my church family and friends, and they were uplifting. And my son played he plays the violin in the worship team. So I wanted to be there to hear him play as well. And that lifted my spirits. And family and friends visited, and support from family and friends it's very crucial in the healing process. It's necessary. You need those relationships to keep you going on the bad days and to help you laugh on the good days. I don't sweat the small things anymore, you know, the unimportant things. And every day that we're here, that I'm here, is precious. And I try to appreciate that day, each and every day, as much as I can, and I try to be a blessing to someone. I've been going there for several years. I was introduced to that through a pamphlet when I was at the radiation center. We have meetings the 3rd Wednesday of every month, and our leader always has a person come in to speak to us on different topics that are really important to us, not only being a cancer survivor, but just for our general well-being, getting through life. And there's always an interesting topic every month. And I have to say that the relationships I've made there with some of the other women, we're bonded for life because we've all gone through the same thing. We laugh more than anything else. We have a bond, a lifetime bond, and we've made friendships even outside of Joni's. We get together and have good times. It's a necessary entity because I think when you're given that diagnosis, you're in denial at first, and then you feel alone. And you kind of feel like a victim, like somebody's out to get me. But when you're surrounded by women who support you, who lift you up, and who have gone through the same thing and have come out on the other side, it makes you realize that there's hope and I can get through this and I'm not alone. We need each other, and that's what they're there for. As a survivor, it gives me hope, inspiration. It shows me the love of the community, the support. Last year we had 10,000 people run that race. And to know that there's 10,000 people out there that care about breast cancer, just about everybody has been affected by it or knows someone who has been affected by it. And just knowing that they care enough to be there to support us financially and in person. When people give up their time to do something, that's really important in today's world because time is a commodity. But to know that they're there to support the cause, it means everything. And it shows the spirit of this community. I look forward to it every year, and every year it grows and it grows and it grows. And I'll sit in the support tent, and when I watch the runners come back and the looks on their faces, it's mesmerizing to me. You can just feel the love all through that whole place that day on that Sunday. It's magnificent from start to finish. It's exciting, it's hopeful, it's inspirational, and the community support, it's awesome. It's overwhelming. Just come on down, it's fun. Someday they're gonna find a cure for this disease, but you have to be aware that there is this disease out there, but you can get through it. But the most important thing is to be aware of it and to get your yearly mammograms. Do not skip that. I would not be here today if I didn't get my annual yearly mammogram. So I can't stress that enough. But come on down. You don't have to run it, you don't have to walk it. You could just stand there and watch it all transpire. It's a fun place, and you'll just be all caught up in the love and support of the community.